Good afternoon, fans. This is your girl from Mel'S Match, and this is your official WWE Wrestlemania Backlash preview and predictions. Side note, this is actually like almost 1 o'clock in the morning on Sunday morning. I have to record this because I'm going to go visit my son for Mother's Day. Today is Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day in advance and whatnot. And right afterwards, I'm going to my aunt's house for dinner. And they're doing something special for me on Monday for my birthday. So I'm going to be busy and everything like that. So you're going to get my thoughts and everything on this on Friday. And I can give you what needs to happen next and whatnot on Friday's show. This is not going to be like a full-fledged review unless I decide otherwise, and you guys know you'll figure it all out. Please go check out all my social media. It's Mel'S Match it's through Instagram and Twitter, and please, if you stumble upon this, please like and share and turn on all my notifications. So when I go live or I post a video, you'll know about it. So let's get this party started. Let me take a sip of my coffee. The weather is terrible here in the Northeast. We're dealing with rain. We're dealing with like really bad conditions for May. So I hope everybody is going to be nice to their mother, and every time that you don't see eye to her with her, or somebody who is like a mother figure, do yourself a favor. Just bite your tongue, because I don't have a mom anymore. I'm actually looking at my mom. She's on the table right next to me, and I can't give her a hug to wish her happy Mother's Day. I have to look at a box and wish her happy Mother's Day. And it sucks. So I'm hoping that everybody's going to have a great Mother's Day, and hopefully that you guys got your gifts and everything like that. It was just weird not getting a gift from my mother. But anywho, nevertheless, I'm here for the preview and predictions of Wrestlemania Backlash, which, to tell you the truth, are you excited for it? The only thing that was remotely okay about this whole thing was that the unification for the tag team titles. That's not even interesting. I can go for the second of having AJ Styles and Edge. That's another one that's interesting. But nothing really is, that it's basically a missable pay-per-view. I'm not going to miss it because I'm going to be, doing my thing, and I'm going to be at my aunt's house and my uncle's house, and I'm going to be with my cousin and her kids and her husband, and they just don't want to be alone on my very first Mother's Day without my mother. I want to keep on thanking Pro Wrestling Television, the new app that's out, that you can find it all throughout the streaming services and stuff like that. I keep meaning to show you what they got. I will be showing it to you on my birthday, because I have a couple of other things I want to unbox, and I want to, get you aware of the products out there. And if you're a girl that watches me, I want you to be able to get and be in with the whole 401 of all the products. I have an Etsy box that I want to do an unboxing, and I'm going to do an unboxing of, even though I have everything out, I'm going to show you what I got from them both places. So look forward to that. I'm not going to be here too long, because I got to try to get some sleep. Probably I'm not going to get any. I'll I have to be out of here by like 7:30 in the morning. So I don't think I'm going to be getting any sleep anytime too soon. So whatever. I'm at a point in my life that I'm going to be not sleeping. So I just got to get used to it. But let's get this started. First and foremost, please go check out two independent wrestling companies, House of Glory and Outbreak Wrestling. Go check on their social medias, and hogwrestling.net has their own website. Ooh. Mm. Go check out harrys.com. Go check out maestroclassics.com. Go check out ringsidenews.com. Download their new and improved app on Google Play and iOS stores. Also, please go check out liquiddeath.com to murder your thirst, and go check out Death Wish Coffee at deathwishcoffee.com. So let's get this started. We're going to give you the go home shows of Raw and SmackDown, and then I'll give you my thoughts on going through the rundown of the show, and then you're going to get my picks, and that's the end. We start off Monday Night Raw with the Bloodline, Paul Heyman, and the Intel. Once they get to the ring, Heyman welcomes us to Monday Night Raw and said this is a very special moment where we get to revel in the greatness of the Tribal Chief, the undisputed WWE Universal Champion on Monday Night Raw. Reigns then takes the microphone and tells the crowd to acknowledge him, but they've already chanted his name. No sooner has Roman spoken than Randy Orton and Matt Riddle slide in from behind and take out Jimmy and Jay with RKOs. Orton points out to the stage where Drew McIntyre's music hits, and out comes Braveheart. McIntyre points his sword at Roman, who looks taken back. RK Bro leaves the ring, and Reigns and McIntyre start throwing hands. Roman beats Drew into the corner, but has the tables turn on him. The Usos return, but so do RK Bro, and a big brawl ensues. We come back from commercial. Earlier today, the Street Profits were backstage talking when Ezekiel interrupted them to introduce himself. The Prophets give Zeke a red cup, and he joins them in a drink. Alpha Academy and Kevin Owens appear, and Owens excuses Ezekiel of lying. Gable shushes them and says none of them are smarter than him. He did this research and found out that lie detectors tests can be faked. Owens says they're going to find a new way to prove Zeke a liar. The Prophet says the three of them will kick their asses, but Owens grabs a red cup and throws it over Ezekiel and runs off. We start off with the first match, which was Alpha Academy and Kevin Owens versus the Street Profits and Ezekiel. Gable starts with Dawkins and grabs a side headlock, but Angelo tags Ford and they double team Gable. Shorty G grabs a submission on Ford, who eventually fights free. Otis tags in and Ford drop kicks him, but he bounces on the ropes. Dawkins runs in and drop kicks Otis alongside Ford, and again he bounces off the ropes. Finally, Ezekiel runs in and they hit a triple drop kick, and Otis falls out of the ring. We come back from a commercial, and Otis hits a splash on Ford and tags Gable. Ford fights up from a submission again, but gets sent to the apron. Ford jumps over the ropes at Gable, but gets caught with a Northern Lights suplex. Owens tags in and stomps Ford down in the corner before telling Ezekiel to suck it. Owens hits a senton and a springboard moonsault for a 2 count. Owens grabs a sleeper. Ford counters Owens, tells him to suck it, then hits a enziguri. Zeke tags in and hits some clotheslines to Gable, then lands a spinebuster, Triple H style. Owen rushes in, but Ezekiel catches him with a knee, and he falls outside. Ezekiel kicks Gable backwards and runs at him for a splash in the corner, followed by a standing vertical suplex for a 2 count. Otis broke the pinfall and tosses Ezekiel. Otis catches Ford and throws him over the ropes with an exploder suplex. Otis is sent out by Dawkins, and Owens then sends Angelo out. Owens and Ezekiel brawl in the ring until Owens rolls out. Gable grabs Zeke from behind it, but eats an elbow. Zeke hits the ropes, but Owen trips him, and Gable hits a roll-up for the win. Winners are Alpha Academy and Kevin Owens. By the way, yesterday was his birthday, and it was also Owen Hart's birthday. And I'm telling you, Martha, Martha, Martha. We come back from a commercial break. We have AJ Styles is backstage with Kevin Patrick. Styles says at WrestleMania he had Edge backed into a corner, but then his new pet showed up, Damien Priest. Edge doesn't like him saying he had him beat. So how about they up the ante? If he could beat Damien Priest tonight, Priest will be banned from ringside at WrestleMania Backlash. If he can't beat him, it's going to be an uphill battle. We see a replay of Bianca Bel-Air versus Sonya Deville from last week's Raw. Pierce and Deville are backstage, and apparently she's under review for an abuse of power. Upper management want to see her compete as a talent with no executive powers. So he booked her in a 6-woman tag match tonight. Pierce suggests making it Deville suggests making it no holds bar, but he says no, she has no power. What part of that didn't she understand? I completely understood it. Apparently she wants to be treated special, and that ain't happening. We come back from break. We have Mahad versus Bert Hansen. Before the match begins, Byron Saxton asks Bert why he would accept this match. Hansen says fear scares the hell out of him, but for all his life he wanted to compete for the WWE in his hometown. For years he worked in a barbecue restaurant down the street, dreaming of this moment. The bell rings. Veer scoops Bert up and runs him into the corner and batters him. Bert hits Veer, which gets him thrown across the ring. Veer runs Hansen in the ropes and goes with him to deliver a knee against the ropes. Then does it 3 more times. Veer whips Bert to the ropes and hits a body attack, then delivers a nasty clothesline. Veer jumps on Bert's back, then applies the cervical clutch, and he tags right away. Winner, Veer Mahad. After the match, Veer attacks Bert. He puts him between the ropes and applies the cervical clutch again until Bert passes out. We go to commercial and we come back. We have Edge and Damien Priest come to the ring. The fans boo and Edge stares at them, so they boo more. Edge says they are Judgment Day. He knows most of us can't stand to look in the mirror, and we don't like him anymore, but that's because we hate ourselves. He says it's a miracle that everyone in North Carolina can pull on their shoes, waddle outside, and count high enough to even find their seats tonight. Edge said if they could sustain a sports team, which they can't, they'd be known as the Greensboro Lemmings. Edge begs AJ Styles to stop fighting. He says AJ is rushing headlong into pain and judgment at Wrestlemania Backlash. The fans chant what? And Edge calls them stupid peons who can't hear. He tells them he loves the boos and they get louder. He says he known the stipulation Styles got for tonight, but he's about to witness the darkness. Styles interrupts. So we have AJ Styles versus Damien Priest. The stipulation is if Styles wins, Damien Priest is not going to be at ringside at WrestleMania Backlash. Styles takes the fight to Priest out the gate, but gets quickly beaten down. Priest stomps Styles in the corner, then hits a release Falcon Arrow for a 2 count. Priest eats some kicks but lifts AJ. They both tumble over the ropes to the floor. Styles dives over the ropes onto Priest with a forearm. AJ wastes time staring at Edge before diving onto Priest, but gets caught and run shoulder first into the ring post. Back from commercial break, Damien is sent to the corner. Styles lifts him up, but Priest fights free and drops AJ with a heel kick for a 2 count. Priest takes AJ to the top rope and wants a superplex, but Styles slides down between his legs and gets him up for a spinning powerbomb. AJ wants the Styles clash, but Priest fights it. So AJ rolls him up for a 2 count. Priest counters Styles with a spinning sidewalk slam for a near fall. Edge is getting frustrated. Priest lifts AJ up for the crucifix bomb, but AJ slides off and hits a Pele kick. Styles is sent to the apron but punches Priest anyway, then jumps for a phenomenal forearm, but nobody is home and Priest hits a South of Heaven. for a near fall. Priest looks for a ripcord knee, but AJ ducks it and looks for the calf crusher. Edge distracts AJ and he releases, but rolls Priest up for the win. Winner AJ Styles. As soon as the bell rang, Edge is in the ring and battering AJ with punches. Edge tells Priest to hit the reckoning, and he does. Edge then brings chairs into the ring and looks to attack AJ's arm, but Finn Balor rushes out to make the save. Balor ducks a chair shot and attacks Edge, that hits Priest with a sling blade, and Edge rolls out. And of course, they did the thing. You know the thing. Come on. You know the fucking thing. You know? You know. If you know, you know, because I know, you know? Once Amos and MVP are backstage, then Cedric Alexander walks in. He says MVP made them all champions, and if it wasn't for Lashley, they'd still be running Monday Night Raw. MVP says he admires and respects Cedric Alexander, but he has no interest in the Hurt Business ever again. He moved on to bigger and better things. Cedric says he wants to prove himself as a solo wrestler, so he asked for a match against Lashley. MVP says he'll be watching. We come back from another commercial break. It's time for another edition of Miz TV. Miz says last week he had the honor of hosting one of the biggest rising stars in WWE, Austin Theory. However, this show was hijacked by the return of the man who his guest tonight is Mustafa Ali. Miz says he's happy to see Ali and mocks his name. Ali microphone isn't working properly, and Miz pretends he's surprised. Miz says that's petty and disrespectful, just like how Ali interrupts him last week. Miz says Mustafa was desperate because the WWE universe forgot he existed. Ali is angry, and the microphone still isn't working. The Miz tells him not to go to Twitter and complain. Ali takes Miz's microphone and says the only thing that he and everyone else had to complain about is the fact that Miz is still working for the WWE. Ooh, burn. Ali says when the Miz feels like his voice isn't being heard, he rushes backstage and complains to management. But he doesn't do that. He only cares what the fans have to say. Miz snatches the microphone, but took the wrong one, and he gets angry. Austin Theory comes out and says he has something the people need to hear. Last week, Miz had a match that he wasn't even able to prepare for, so he talked to Vince and made sure the match was stricken from the records. Miz thanked him, and their Theory said it's the least he could do when Miz is being confronted by a schmuck like Ali. Theory says Ali is entitled, thinking he could show up for the first time in half of a year and get a title shot. Ali says they talk too much. He says he doesn't want a title opportunity, but he doesn't want it handed it. He wants to fight for it. Theory says that's great because he's already talked to Vince and Ali gets a championship contenders match tonight. Theory says he doesn't know if Ali can handle the heat. Ali says if anyone can handle the heat, it's him. Theory says that's great because the match is right now and it's against him and the Miz. We start the match after the commercial break. The match is already underway with Ali stomped by the Miz. Ali rolls through a sunset flip and kicks Miz. When hits a flying forearm, Ali drops Miz against the ropes, then runs, but Theory opens the ropes and Ali falls through them to the floor. Theory puts Ali back in the ring, tags in, and taunts him while showing his head. All fights up from Sleeper, and Theory tags in the Miz. Ali knocks Theory off the apron and hits Miz with a rolling net breaker for a 2 count. Theory tries to roll Ali out of the ring, but he lands on his feet. Ali and Theory struggle on the floor until Wrestlemania, until Mustafa sends Theory onto the barricade. Miz hits the skull-crushing finality as Ali comes through the ropes. The winners were Miz and Austin Theory. After the match, Theory and Miz pose on the ramp, take selfies. Ali gets to his feet, stares at them, but Tommaso Ciampa attacks Ali from behind. Earlier today, Dana Brooke and Reginald were having a lover's spat because of the wedding debacle. They bumped into our truth. Akira Tozawa and Tamina and Dana Brooke. Truth owes her an apology for trying to pin her. Truth always says he feels empty without his baby. He needs it back. All of them surge until Nikki Ash attacked them and pinned Brooke to win the belt. Nikki Ash is the new 24/7 champion. Dana loses it and says Reginald needs to get her a rematch if he wants to stay married. WWE 24/7 Championship. Nikki Ash versus Dana Brooke. Truth, Tozawa, and Tamina are ringside for this one. The match starts and Nikki talks trash before kicking Brooke in the gut. Nikki sends Amos to the corner but gets sent to the apron herself. Brooke knocks her off and attempts a baseball slide, but Nikki catches her in the apron and forearms. Nikki gets Dana back inside and pins her for the 2 count. Brooke fights back and slams Nikki for the win. Winner is Dana Brooke. After the match, everyone runs into the ring and tries to pin Brooke. Reginald even tries to pin her and she gets angry and slaps him. Reggie begs for mercy, but Dana gets a microphone and says she wants a divorce. Thank you, Jesus. Let's get out of this quickly. Becky Lynch is spotted backstage for an interview. She said last week she went out to the ring and told the world that she had hit rock bottom, only to be interrupted by Asuka. The woman who she literally handed her the title to when she left. She told Asuka to be a warrior while she goes to be a mother, but Asuka didn't uphold her end of the deal. Well, this is her comeback story, and it starts with ending Asuka. We come back from a commercial break. Seth Rollins has come to the ring for Seth Rollins Appreciation Night. He says the celebration for Randy Orton last week got him thinking. They need to celebrate someone who actually deserves it. They need to celebrate a visionary, a trendsetter, a sex symbol, a revolutionary. A spotlight appears on Rollins, and he basks as the fans singing his sea shanty music. Rollins is loving it, but the fans start chanting Cody, and he gets annoyed. Rollins asks, says, "Speak of the devil," as he tried to steal the spotlight at Wrestlemania. Well, at Backlash, he's going to show the world that he can, that Seth Rollins is the damn spotlight. He tells fans to shut up. Rollins says the fans have forgotten just how good he is. They caught up with the stupid American Nightmare crap and forget that he is the standard bearer. Seth says it's fine because he loves to remind everyone how good he is. He had a highlight reel put together that showcased his greatest moments from the beginning until now. When Rollins points to the screen, Cody's music hits. Cody comes to the ring, and Seth says, unless he's out here to give him his flowers, he can shut the hell up. Rhodes says, by all means, congratulations to Seth because he's great. But what's going on? He says, we're all bearing witness to someone unraveling at the seams of Seth's mind. It seems that Wrestlemania match is weighing on him like an albatross. Since returning to the WWE, he has been nothing but courteous and professional, but he feels Rollins is about to cross a line he will regret. Cody says Seth is delusional, and Rollins gets hot. Rollins says that's rich coming from Cody. You see, Dusty Rhodes wrestled in this very building probably thousands of years ago. Dusty wanted to be WWE champion, but he was never good enough. And as long as he in the WWE, Cody will never be good enough either. Attacks Cody and they brawl outside the ring until Rhodes hits the Cody cutter and Seth rolls out. Commercial break, we come back. Bobby Lashley versus Cedric Alexander. As soon as the match gets underway, Amos music hits and Lashley gets distracted. Alexander beats Lashley into the corner and out comes MVP, and Amos Lashley attempts a spear and misses while MVP berates the abilities. Cedric beats Lashley down and tries to keep him grounded. Lashley rolls outside and Alexander dives through the ropes but gets caught and tossed into the the barricade. Sorry. MVP continues to do trash talk on Lashley, who thinks about getting after them, but stops himself. Lashley lifts Alexander and runs into the ring post. Lashley gets Alexander back inside and hits a spear, but doesn't go far for the pin. Lashley apologizes. Lashley applies the hurt, hurt lock while staring at MVP and Amos. Cedric taps out. Lashley there doesn't let go. Winner Bobby Lashley. Come back from a commercial break. Liv Morgan is interviewed backstage, and she says she ambushed Ripley last week out of revenge. She thought they were a great tag team, but Rhea turned on her and said she wasn't good enough. She wasn't good enough. She doesn't believe Rhea Ripley is even angry at her. She thinks Roman Reigns. She believes that Ripley is even angry at her. She thinks Rhea is angry at herself, but she won't take the brunt of Ronda's anger. Ripley's anger, sorry. We go on. The announcers run down the entire card for WrestleMania Backlash, which takes place this Sunday, and we will have live coverage. Big time Becky Lynch makes her way to the ring for the main event, which takes place after the break. We come back and we have R-Truth consoling Reggie backstage and hands him a card to reveal that he is also a certified lawyer. They walk past Nikki Ash, who looks despondent. Doudrop appears and beside her and asks if she's ready to be more serious, and Nikki says she is. Becky Lynch, Rhea Ripley, and Sonya Deville versus Asuka, Liv Morgan, and Bianca Belair. The main event gets underway with Becky and Asuka. They swing for each other, but both duck and dodge. Then Lynch backs up to the corner and tags Sonya. Asuka tags Bel-Air, but as soon as she goes for Deville, Ripley gets the tag. They lock up and Ripley grabs the wrist and slams her down. Bel-Air turns the tables and does the same thing. Bianca lifts Rhea for a standing vertical suplex, but slides off and slams Bel-Air down by the hair. Ripley knocks Morgan off the apron and taunts her. Rhea tags Deville, who delivers some knees to the gut, followed by a snapmare suplex. She looks for a running knee, but Bel-Air avoids it and follows up with a shoulder tackle. Bel-Air avoids Deville and backflips before hitting a dropkick. Morgan tags in and Bianca whips her into Deville. Then Bel-Air hits a body slam, and Liv covers for a 2 count. Deville fights back with some knees and tags Becky, who is busy talking trash with Asuka, and allows Morgan to beat her into the corner. Morgan hits a running knee and a missile drop kick for a 2 count. Morgan swings for Ripley, but she hops off the apron. Morgan then ducks a clothesline from Lynch and hits a suicide dive to Ripley. Morgan wastes time at ringside, and Lynch catches her with a baseball slide and gets her back in the ring. Becky hits a leg drop from the middle rope for a near fall as we head to the break. We are back. Ripley is in control of Morgan, slamming her into the mat. Rhea backs Liv into the corner and shoulders her repeatedly, then tags Becky. Lynch chokes Liv with a boot in the corner, but Morgan starts firing back with some kicks. Morgan counters the manhandle slam with a arm drag, then hits a drop kick, and both women are down. Bel-Air and Ripley get tags, and Bianca knocks Becky and Deville off the aprons. Then Ripley, for a 2 count, Ripley scoops Bel-Air up onto the top rope and clubs her, then climbs up herself. Bel-Air fights Ripley off, but Becky and Deville distract her, allowing Ripley to get back up on the ropes. Deville comes in and joins Ripley for a double suplex and a near fall. Asuka tags in and lays in some kicks on Deville, knocks Becky off the apron and hits a shoulder tackle. Asuka kicks Ripley in the head and blocks a kick from Deville before landing a German suplex. Asuka with a running knee for a near fall. Morgan blind tags in as Asuka hits running drop kick to Deville. Morgan hits Deville with a recoil on the outside, then gets her back in. Every woman rushed into the ring and landed a move on each other. And they all get thrown from the ring one by one. Deville and Morgan are the last two legal, and Sonya hits a roll-up for a near fall. Deville hits a knee to the jaw and covers, but tries to use the ropes for leverage. And the referee spots it. Liv hits a Oblivion for the win, and that's the end of the show. So we're set up for that. Oh, God. Oh, God. Feels good. I'm freezing here tonight. Now we're going to head over to SmackDown, and I'm going to give you the go home show for that, and then I'm going to give you my picks, and then we can go and enjoy the rest of our Mother's Day. Before the match between Flair and Aaliyah, Charlotte asked the crowd what was up before wondering why people correctly call Long Island the armpit of New York. Flair said she was screwed by Aaliyah in the I Quit challenge, saying Rousey is going to be the only one that was going to cry and quit on. Wrestlemania Backlash. Flair started singing Na 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 Na, Hey Hey Goodbye for Ronda. Flair said she was going to pretend Aaliyah was Rousey before beating down Aaliyah. Ronda Rousey ran to the ring and both wrestlers started brawling outside the ring before Flair threw Rousey to the barricade. Flair did a takedown on Rousey after getting back in the ring. But Sean Daivari and two referees separated Rousey and Flair. Flair booted Daivari in the face before former Ring of Honor World Champion Jamie Noble and another referee came to the ring and got to help separate Flair and Rousey. Aaliyah versus Charlotte was canceled due to the brawl. We go to Sasha Banks versus Shayda Basler. Those two women could work magic. Basler and Banks lock up before Banks hits a middle rope meteora in a series of punches for a near fall. Banks hits a code-breaker to the arm of Basler. Basler locked in the Pentagon arm breaker, but Basler kicked Banks in the head. Basler went for an armbar, but Banks locked in a S-grip with her hands to prevent Basler to lock in the armbar. Natalya distracted Banks, which led to Basler hitting a gut-wrench suplex face slam on Banks. Banks hit a series of punches on Basler in the corner. Banks went for head scissors, but Banks caught her in the middle of the move and reversed it into a side slam before the commercial break. We come back. Basler locked in the Kimura lock on Banks, but Banks threw Basler off the ring with an arm drag. Banks hit a sliding suplex on Basler outside before hitting Basler's arm in the broadcast table. Banks hits a running meteora on Basler for near fall, but fall hits a bulldog on Basler and slid outside to hit the head scissors on Natalya. Basler hits a knee strike for a near fall. Basler got a small package on Banks for the pin victory. Banks and Basler attacked Naomi, and Basler tried to stomp Banks' arm, but Naomi kicked Basler out of the ring. Banks and Naomi hit the double falling kick on Natalya. So Shayda Basler wins. There was a video package of highlights of the contract signing between RK Bro and the Usos from the 29th of April edition of SmackDown. The video package also showed RK Bro and Drew McIntyre attacking the Bloodline, which was interrupted by multiple WWE officials. The Usos were interviewed by Kayla Braxton saying the time for talking is done, saying that they will be getting snakeskin Air Force Ones after the Bloodline defeats RK Bro and Drew McIntyre on WrestleMania Backlash. Kayla Braxton interviewed Raw Tag Team Champions RK Bro, Randy and Riddle, with Riddle asking who was him to judge what people put in their mouths. Orton says that the Usos should be focusing on who they are facing on WrestleMania, not the shoes that they will be wearing. Happy Corbin came to the ring to host Happy Talk, saying that he will do a lot of bad stuff to Moss on WrestleMania Backlash. Moss interrupted Corbin from the Titantron, saying that he looked like a pitbull background dancer, that he had terrible tattoos, and that Hot Topic threw up on his chest. Corbin said that Moss was cracking jokes because he did not have the guts to face him in the ring. Moss did indeed made his way to the ring to comfort Corbin. Moss continued to crack jokes, saying that his next phase should focus him on being entertaining. That he wishes he was the lone wolf, but he was bald, and that he can be a big, bold wolf. The crowd chanted, "Big, bold wolf," before Corbin walked out of the arena in shame. There was a video package showing Drew Gulak tries to earn a new job in the WWE, with Gulak trying out to be a broadcast member, Adam Pearce intern, and a timekeeper. In all those tryouts, he got beat down by Ronda Rousey and Charlotte Flair. Gulak was shown in the ring to wrestle a mystery opponent before the commercial break. The mystery opponent was revealed by Fabian Eichner as Walter to the destroyer of Gulak. Walter versus Drew Gulak. The match began with Lane USA chants from the crowd before locking up. Gunther hit a chop on Gulak. Gulak punched Gunther, but Gunther kicked Gulak in the face. Gunther hit another chop on Gulak before placing Gulak in the top rope for another chop. Gunther got a sleeper hold on Gulak before hitting a power bomb on Gulak for the pinfall victory. After the match, Michael Cole said catering needs help, Drew. If you listen to JD from New York, you'd be laughing at this point. Shinsuke Nakamura interviewed backstage by Megan Morant, with Nakamura saying that he had not forgotten what the Bloodline did to him and Rick Boogs. Nakamura said that he will do something to Roman Reigns and that he will never forget. Before Nakamura left, Sami Zayn was lurking in the background. Drew McIntyre was interviewed by Kayla Braxton, calling his team with the RK McBro. He says that he will give an audience a sneak peek of WrestleMania Backlash, by kicking Roman's head off. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Tag team table match. Rich Holland and Sheamus versus The New Day. Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods. Oh my god, I am so sorry. The match began with teams brawling in the ring, with Woods hitting a super kick on Sheamus. Woods hit a tornado DDT on Sheamus. Sheamus hits an atomic drop on Woods. Woods hit a running knee on Sheamus, but Ridge attacked Woods from behind. Ridge went for a back suplex, but Woods evaded it, and Kofi hit a top rope lariat on Ridge. New Day hit Sheamus with the table in the stomach twice. Woods and Kofi hit a double suplex on Ridge, with Sheamus kicking the table out of the way. Sheamus hits a DDT on Kofi. Sheamus tries to hit Kofi with an Irish curse, but Woods attacked Sheamus. Woods slammed Ridge on the stairs. Kofi hit a crossbody outside on Sheamus, falling on the barricade before the commercial break. Sheamus hit a 10 beats of the bells on Woods, while Ridge hit a 10 beats of the bells on Kofi. Kingston hit the SOS on Ridge and hit a 10 beats of bells on Sheamus. Sheamus hit the white noise on Kofi onto the apron. Woods hit a rolling elbow and a kick on Ridge. Woods hit a heel kick on Ridge. Woods went to the top rope, but Sheamus took Woods down. Sheamus tried to suplex, but Kingston slid onto the leg of Sheamus before hitting a running knee trust fall on Sheamus on the outside. Kofi hit Trouble in Paradise on Sheamus. Kofi set up Sheamus on the broadcast table, but a returning Pete Dunne interfered in the match. Sheamus hits Bro Kick on Woods before he and Ridge hit a double powerbomb on Woods for the win. Pete Dunne attacked Woods after the match, and they pulled him off, and that was that. Ridge Holland and Sheamus pick up the victory. Paul Heyman was interviewed by Kayla Braxton, asking her if she was flirting with him before being interrupted by Sami Zayn. Zayn informed Heyman about Nakamura warning on Reigns earlier in the night, saying he will take care of Nakamura. Heyman thanked Zayn for informing him, telling him that he would inform Reigns. I just liked it. He's like, are you going to leave him with me? Seriously? Hilarious. Paul Heyman needs to be protected. Protected to the point that he needs to be put in a bubble. He is a national treasure, and that is that. Zayn interrupted Adam Pearce, asking him for a match against Shinsuke Nakamura for the 5/13 edition of SmackDown, which is this coming Friday. Priest refuted and offered, telling that he was getting his match later that night. Lacey Evans recalled that her father overdosed weeks before she signed with NXT. I gotta do something because my nose is running like a river right now, and I gotta do this. Oh my God. My allergies are so bad this year. It's like not even funny. And I can't take a Benadryl because I'll fucking pass out. Lacey Evans recalled that her father overdosed weeks before she signed with NXT, and that another family member overdosed just after her first NXT match. She said that she was broken in her first WWE match, but she remembered her daughter smiling during her first match. Evans says that Evans said that was put in the worst situations by her loved ones, but that but that it was her time. Evans asked what were the WWE superstars to stop her after everything she went through. She says that she was soon to be SmackDown Women's Champion. Samantha Irving introduced Lacey Evans to the ring. Her return, SmackDown, with a crowd giving her a thunderous ovation. No, not whatsoever. It was a video package highlighting Raquel Rodriguez, showing clips of her in NXT and her match against Kat Cardoza from the 4/29/20 edition of SmackDown. Sami Zayn versus Shinsuke Nakamura. The match began with Zayn evading a kick from Nakamura before the two locked up. Zayn got a side headlock on Nakamura before going for a wrist lock on Nakamura. Nakamura reversed it with his own wrist lock before hitting a jumping knee on Zayn for a near fall. Zayn hit Nakamura in the back, followed by stomps on Nakamura. Nakamura hit a knee on Zayn, followed by two kicks and a heel kick. Nakamura hit a sliding German suplex on Zayn. Zayn hit the Michinoku driver on Nakamura before the commercial break. Back from commercial, Zayn locked Nakamura in the headlock, but Nakamura slammed Zayn in the ring corner. Zayn hit a middle rope headbutt on Nakamura for a near fall. Zayn went for another headbutt, but Nakamura caught him with a kick. Nakamura hit a middle rope knee strike on the neck of Zayn for a near fall. Zayn and Nakamura exchanged strikes before Nakamura got Zayn with an armbar, but Zayn reversed it with a near fall. Nakamura hit a side kick on Zayn. Nakamura went for a Kinshasa on Zayn, but Zayn rolled out of the ring. Zayn got caught with a kick from Nakamura. Zayn caught Nakamura with a haluva kick outside and ran back to the ring for the win. It was a count-out win that he got. So this match is going to happen next week again. Drew McIntyre, Randy Orton, and Matt Riddle were in the ring ready to face off with the Bloodline. McIntyre called Long Island Strong Island. Yes, we fucking are Strong Island. We've been through fucking Superstorm Sandy. We've been through terror attacks. We've been through fucking everything. We are Strong Island. And get that right, sweetheart, okay? I am here in Long Island. I've been living on Long Island for 39 years, almost 40. This is my home. I may not like the state, I may not like the politics, but I am proud to be a Long Islander. A New Yorker is another completely different situation. Asking them to acknowledge him. Riddle said that he acknowledged that Randy Orton was his best friend. Orton acknowledged that he still had the handprints of Drew's chop from 2 years ago, while Drew acknowledged that he still had the trauma from the kick from Orton. The three continued to acknowledge stuff before Drew acknowledged that Roman Reigns was the biggest piece of crap on earth. WWE World Heavyweight Champion and WWE Universal Champion Roman Reigns and the SmackDown Tag Team Champions Jimmy and Jey Uso made their way to the ramp. Before this, Drew McIntyre said this was going to be a joint effort, and he emphasized joint. I like to put this out here. Vince McMahon likes to change his edicts. Why can't he just send something out and saying, we are no longer testing for pot. So if you're going to smoke pot, or you're about to come into this company, or you're going to be signed and you smoke pot, we don't fucking care. But please don't do it while you're at work. I think that's a very simple and a very easy thing to accomplish. Okay? After you finish wrestling, you can fucking smoke to your heart's content. You know that you're gonna be performing. You cannot do that. I think that's fair. Reigns dropped the microphone, and the Bloodline made their way to the ring to confront Drew and RK Bro. The six men brawled in the ring, with the Bloodline winning the numbers game on Drew McIntyre. The Bloodline beat up McIntyre before Riddle hit an RKO on Jimmy. Orton hit an RKO on Jay, and McIntyre hit a Claymore on Reigns. RK Bro and McIntyre stood tall at the end of the show. And that is your go-home shows of Raw and SmackDown. Very quickly, I'm going to go through who I want to win and the my predictions of the matches. We have Charlotte Flair defending the SmackDown Women's Championship against Ronda Rousey in an I Quit match. Ronda's not going to lose twice, so Ronda's going to be the new Women's Champion. RK Bro, Drew McIntyre versus the Usos and Roman Reigns. This is a foregone conclusion. The Bloodline are going to win. And I got to do this again. I am so sorry. My nose is running like crazy. Well, whatever it was, I just popped my ear. My allergies, it fucking sucks. Cody Rhodes versus Seth Rollins. Cody Rhodes is going to take this. AJ Styles versus Edge. AJ Styles is going to win. Bobby Lashley versus Amos. Amos is finally going to, it's going to be a 50-50 booking. Corbin and Moss. Moss is going to win. And that's it. 6 fucking matches. They're probably going to add more tomorrow, so, be prepared for that. If I see it, I will give you my quick response on my Twitter. Speaking of that, go check out my social media. Instagram and Twitter are the same. Mel'S Match App. Go check out Harry's.com. Go check out MaestroClassics.com for all your beard essentials. Go check out LiquidDeath.com and Murder That Thirst. Go check out DeathWitchCoffee.com and keep trucking on, baby. Keep trucking on. Please go check out RingsideNews.com and download their new and improved app on Google Play and iOS stores. Go check out Pro Wrestling TV, and you could go download it on every streaming service that you could possibly think of. You can download it on your computer. You can download it on your Fire Sticks, your streaming sticks, whatever. You can download it anywhere. Android, iPhone, everything. You can get it and you enjoy it. Do yourself a favor. Check out 2 independent wrestling companies. That one is HOG Wrestling, and you can check their website out, which will connect you to their social media accounts, and that is at hogwrestling.net. And go check out all the social media for Outbreak Wrestling. They're having events coming up, and I will be getting them out to you as they come in. So tune into that. I will please also go check out itsybox.com. It's a subscription box. You want to get it for your mother, you want to get it for your girlfriend, you want to get it for your wife, you want to get it for your Mistress, whatever the case may be. They have really good products. I'm happy about it, and I've got my May bag, which I will be showing this Friday on Friday the 13th. I will be going live at 2 p.m. So that's something to look forward to. I'm going to try to get a quick review of the show, maybe when I get home on Tuesday. Just a quick go and come on here for about a half hour, 45 minutes, and that will be live. I don't know exactly what time, so you're going to just have to come and stay on my Twitter. So I want everybody to be great for their mother today. Call them, be with them, whatnot, because you only have one mother. And Mom, I love you. I love you so much. You're right here, but I miss you so much. I wish you were here. And I'm just, I'm going to be blessed that, my family is rallying behind me in my time of need. And please come and join me on Friday at 2 p.m. where I go through the week's worth of wrestling. And I want just everybody to have a good Sunday. All right. So I'm going to let you get going. But remember, Twitter, Instagram, and if you're finding this on YouTube, please just like and subscribe. Turn on my notifications so when I go live or I do an upload, you'll know about it. I will see you on Friday, and sometime maybe between Tuesday afternoon or Tuesday night, I will be doing a quick upload to not upload live, to give you my 2 cents when it comes to this stupid pay-per-view. But I love you all. Have a great Mother's Day and have a great day. Bye-bye.